saying. I know that there are a lot of Osholas scattered in the East. You know, you can see this team. Most of the girls are from the East. Most of them grew up in Lagos. They are. You see their names from the East, but they speak Yoruba so fluently. They sing Yoruba so fluently. So there are a lot of these kind of girls scattered in Lagos, scattered in Onitsha, scattered in Port Harcourt. I mean, so they need that platform of club football for us to see them and then bring them to the center.
And probably grassroots tournaments as well that can just...
So we really need to do something that makes the league a lot more attractive.
Yes. Yeah, but Tony, there was a time Pepsi was sponsoring the women's team. You know, so what happened? If we are saying that there are lack of sponsors, what happened then? We should be consolidating. We should be improving.
Yeah. You know, so it's worrying because those days were good old days. The girls had a lot to play for. They had a lot of money. They were making a lot of money. Player of the month, coach of the month, awards. We should do something to really make it worth the while for the girls because Oshola is here now. The other time we had Okwara Nozie. There was one time we had Sarah Michael. Talents abound everywhere.
And the sad part for some of these girls is if they don't get to go abroad, it ends quickly before it starts. For those that are able to get to the United States or China or some of those places, probably get into a university, they come back, they do well for the Super Falcons. But for the ones here, I mean, you just see that they are not as good as they used to be. I mean, something has happened.
Nothing improves their game.
Yeah, nothing improves their game.
The structure's in there to make that step up. I think that's the challenge really for us. Not just the fact that we've been able to produce talents. Look, this is the first time a Nigerian is most valuable player in a world setting. Let's see what Asisha can bring to the party. Let's hope she can blossom and become like the martyrs of this world and that big German striker. Let's hope that she can really make that step up. But I think the foundation is really organized football, as Onye said, from the state FAs, the leagues. Let's put something down that will help us to discover these girls and make them blossom. It's a tough challenge if we want to talk football development. Tough challenge, and I hope that we are alive to that responsibility in Nigeria. But let's bring you into all that we've been saying. Let's allow you to talk to us as well. You may even have ideas on how we can make sure that Oshola, if she comes back here, she doesn't lose all this talent. She's able to grow to the next level because at under 20 level, you are MVP. 5 years down the line, the persons that you were better than have gone on to become world best, and you are still grappling. I mean, we have examples for the men. Yeah. Messi, Taiwo, Mikel Obi, we're all almost at the same level, 2005. But 10 years down the line, you just can't talk about these players in the same sentence. So these are issues that we also need to reflect on going forward. But talk to us. Give us your own opinion. What do you think about it? How can we keep Oshola and make her blossom into the next big thing? We've talked about Perpetual Nkocha as being the biggest brand, women's football, the Messi Akides of this world. How do we make Oshola a lot bigger than Perpetual Nkocha and Messi Akide? So please send your comments to us real time on the show, and we'll be able to read your comments and share your opinion, your thoughts with millions of those, thousands of those who are watching us online across the world. All right, I think the guests are coming back tomorrow, and there will be reception for them, the NFF.
By 4 p.m.
4 p.m.
in Abuja tomorrow.
They'll be in Abuja, 4 p.m. tomorrow. So we'll see what reception is put in place for the girls tomorrow in Abuja. They've done well. They just have to be treated well and rewarded for doing Nigeria and Africa proud at the World Cup. Let's step up. Let's talk about those that we are also hoping will also continue to do us proud. Let's talk about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Good news. I don't know. Can we say this is good news? Keshi is coming back. He has agreed, I think after a meeting with the sports minister via telephone, look, I'm going to come back. Our games, double header game, South Africa and Congo, I'm going to come back, handle this team, and then hope my contract is sorted out before the next round of games. I think it's a good move for me. I think it's a wise move, but I hope we don't bungle all of this.
Yeah, from his body language, I knew that Keshi was still interested, but as a human being, he wanted to be appreciated. He wanted more.
To be respected.
To be respected.
To be valued.
He has tabled his demands. The NFF insisted, but I think both parties can reach a middle ground, add something to his salary and let him continue with his job. He has started something in 2011, won the Nations Cup, got to the Confederations Cup, played at the World Cup. So it should be a continuous process. And he is ready. He's not employed anywhere. He's in US on vacation. So for me, I think it's good news. Coming at a time that the national team will be busy. In less than 5-7 days, they will play 2 games. So it's not a task that should be treated with levity. We need a coach, to handle the team, not on an interim basis. Let him come and be focused, take us to the Nations Cup, and we'll continue from there.
And usually that's a problem when you do things on the interim basis. One man trying to fix another man's problem, it becomes worrisome. I think it's a sign of good faith. A lot of people will say, probably the NFF or the sportsman will eagerly pay more for somebody who is even less qualified.
And a foreigner.
Yeah,
because that's the point.
And it's really sad.
We raised this issue, and I think I should just throw it to Onye quickly. Has this guy done enough to merit a raise? In the last 2 years, has Keshi done enough? I think he has.
I think he has.
When you look at the circumstances under which he worked, paying for his assistant, I think by any standard is not justified. When you bring your assistant, the Football Federation should take care of them. If you need special assistance, maybe for a tournament or whatever, you cannot make that on your own. But previously, he has been paying his assistant. I don't think it's good enough. If the NFF can take care of that, add something to his salary, I think Keshi will be reasonable enough to continue with the team. He knows the players, and we learned that he was, he made inputs. He was the one that drew up the list.
Invitations.
23 players. So, if he agreed to do that, it shows that he's still interested in coaching the team.
All right, let's read some comments very quickly. Timi Otikiri at Timotix says, did Ayila have to fight with Oshola before the game because she stood on her way all through the game? Well, I think it was just that girls were too passionate, too anxious to see the ball hit the back of the German net, and they were just running into each other. I don't know whether we can blame Ayila as much as we can also blame Oshola. Oshola could also have stayed a little bit if she knew that Ayila was coming from behind.
In the case of Ihezuo, when he played the ball,
he was looking at Oshola.
He was looking at
because Ayila was still.
Apart from that, Ayila was at the back of Oshola. So Oshola didn't know that. So she should have left the ball for Oshola.
But I think things like that happen.
It happens in the game. Even the men.
I think they were just nervous.
Yeah, they were nervous. Fidel Essien at Megastar 8 says, I like the way you started the show. Most of us were puzzled after Mexico match. We may not win the cup, but we had the golden ball. Not just the golden ball, we also had the golden boot for Ashisha Oshola. What's your take? Oladotun Adelusi says, what's your take on the first goal that Oshola scored that was called a foul or offside, but was never replayed? It was never replayed, so you won't be able to really judge whether it was offside or not. So I can't pass a comment.
We're passionate about football, and there's always conspiracy theories flying around.
And the referee was out to make sure that we didn't win. Yeah, so you can always say
at first glance, I thought so as well.
I think the referee would have even supported Nigeria
because Canada was knocked out by the Germans.
By Germans.
All right, so I don't think that will really come to play. I think on the night, it just went the way it did, maybe because of the few mistakes we made. We lost the game, not from the technical point, but luck was not on our side. That's coming from Damola Johnson at Damola 79. Let's keep the girls together. The future is bright. The problem with keeping the team together is that some players will lose form, some may retire from the game. These are women. Some will decide that
progression, there won't be transition. One positive is if you compare the 2010 final with this one,
it's closer.
No, it was even better. We outplayed the Germans here. The last time they outplayed us, it could have been worse. It was 2-0, could have been. But this time, we played
extra time goal.
We played against ourselves. Because if those goals, with one or two chances, we've converted them, we would have buried the Germans, and you can take consolation from that.
All right, we'll go on a quick break now. During the break, we will allow Yemi to go and walk behind the scene. Ndum Nadio Kunta will be joining us. We'll be talking Nigerian Football Federation. Elections now, Friday. Remember, elections on. Saturday, elections off. Another time, elections back on. Another time, elections off again. What's the situation around the General Assembly taking place tomorrow? We'll find out all about that and more when we return from this break.
Many factors define your health. Some you can control, while others are simply beyond you. On Health News, we highlight all these factors and through medical experts provide information that will help you take informed decisions on healthy living, nutrition, and keeping fit. Get incisive